Hey Capricorn, what's going on, you guys? My name is Antoine, and I want to welcome you back to the House of Luminance. You guys, y'all's the first 5 minutes or the first like 3 or 4 minutes of y'all's reading didn't record. So instead of throwing away the message, I was like, well, let me just you know catch you up. So listen, the answer is no, was what the central message is here between you and the person who you hold in your heart space, okay? Between you and this other individual in love and romance, the answer is no. So if you have a question on your mind or in your heart about this person, we don't know what that question is yet, but the answer is no. All right? And you may have asked them a question and they responded with a no. Okay? Now, one or both of you could be dealing with family issues right now. You could be dealing with your own personal shadow work in this moment. Okay. And then also with this cycles energy, I get this feeling that the no kind of means more like not right now. Okay. That's the energy that I feel here with cycles. It could be you as well, Capricorn, where you feel like as though you're on this cycle right now of maybe not necessarily being really interested in a relationship with someone. You might not necessarily want to, or if it's not that you're not interested in a relationship, it's that you just maybe you don't want to take the relationship to the next level just because you know that you have a lot going on. But that doesn't mean that you don't want to ever. It just means not right now. Okay. Also, there was a message here that for some of you, you may be seeking advice from outside people, like maybe in your family or people that you work with or whatnot, or people that are close to you. Okay. And so it feels like their advice is like some sort of no or negative. All right. But we're going to go ahead and get this clarified here. I get the feeling though that really what this means is not right now, but in the now the answer is no. We're gonna go ahead and clarify this energy between you and your person, Capricorn. All right. All right. So we do have the Five of Wands coming up here on the crown of the message here on top of this no energy. So that Five of Wands is making me feel like Capricorn. Yeah, there is just a lot going on right now. In your environment, in your bubble. Okay, maybe there's things that you feel are a little disorganized. Maybe you're just working really hard, like you're competing for something, like if this has to do with work or just in your own personal goals that you're pursuing. I feel like you're just trying to you're trying to get to the top, you're trying to climb to the top with something, so it feels like something else is a priority over this relationship. That's why the answer is a no right now. Okay, but whatever that is, whether you want to do it or you don't want to do it, it's still a priority right now in this moment. Okay. Yeah, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So yeah, for sure. Like you're kind of slowing down here on something right now, Capricorn. Again, you're maybe averting your focus to somewhere else. So I don't think that you're actively pursuing this relationship right now. Maybe you're okay keeping it where it is. And maybe this other person isn't, which is why they're like, they're kind of like, a little bit all over the place right now. And maybe they don't understand, or maybe they do understand. But there's nothing that they can do about it anyway, Capricorn. You're taking care of the things that you need to take care of. So when it comes to this relationship, you're not putting 100% of everything into it. All right, so we do have the Knight of Wands now here. Yeah, so it feels like you're moving in a different direction. Like I said, you're averting your attention elsewhere. Okay. Look at this ground here. It's like it's all, you can tell it used to be very moist ground, right? But now it's all dried up. It's all cracked up. It's not getting the nutrients, or it's not getting the resources that it needs to be, you know, conducive to growing something, right? So this is what I'm feeling here. It's like you're taking your attention away from this situation here, or maybe you're taking your attention away from this person to put it in other areas. Okay. I also feel like there is communication, though. There is outside communication from somebody, Capricorn, from someone who does desire you, and they want to move in your direction. And this is somebody completely different from who I've been talking about this far. There's somebody else that does want to make an offer, or at least communicate to you that they're like attracted to you, or there's desire towards you. But still, the answer is no to them as well. Okay. Again, I don't even think it's like you're not putting in any attention to the person who you've been dealing with. Like, you've not been putting in a lot of energy towards that person. And then I don't see you putting in a lot of energy towards anybody who also wants you. Okay. We do have the sun. Yeah. So it's all for a reason. It's all for the reason, and it's all for your betterment, right? The reasons why you're doing these things. Again, it's a no for the moment, right? When it comes to the person that you've been dealing with, it's a no for the moment. It does not mean that there is a no forever, okay? So I do feel like you have the energy and the potential to be very, very happy once you're done with your shadow work and you step out into the sun, okay? Under the deck here, we have the Three of Swords. So someone feels a little bit disappointed here. And Capricorn, maybe you're feeling a little bit disappointed as well, because you're like, well, dang, like, I want to do this, but I want to do this too. And maybe you just can't. You can't do more than what you can do. You have to focus on your family. You have to focus on your inner work. Okay? You have to focus on the things that are going to bring you success. And then when the time is right, you'll be able to devote your energy to the others who require it. Okay? But I do feel like that's going to make a lot of people upset, or at least, somebody is going to feel a little broken up about this. And they're not going to really be expressing their feelings either about it too much as well. They're just going to kind of be suffering in silence. Damn. All right, let's go ahead and continue to clarify the energies. All right. So we have the Nine of Swords here. Yeah. Someone's overwhelmed, and it could be you, Capricorn. You may be worried about like how you're going to make all these different situations work. You're maybe torn about the fact that you're going to have to disappoint somebody, or, so many other people that are relying on you, but it feels more like somebody. It may be somebody in their family. But you feel like you're going to be disappointing someone or letting someone down. But it's it's not even that you're trying to do that. You just do not have the capacity right now to focus on anyone else. And I think, you know, for you, Capricorn, who's probably been like the giver in this situation, it kind of makes you feel like, like you're not being in your purpose if you can't be there for the people who you want to be there for. However, it's just hard for you to do that right now. Right now, though, again, we got the Three of Pentacles. Listen, I'm seeing counseling. Maybe I see some of you are in therapy. Maybe some of you are could benefit from therapy. or if it's not, therapy in, specifically, I do feel like you are talking to people, maybe people who have relatable experiences, who can give you advice about how to move forward. Yeah, I don't have anything extra to add to that. Okay, so the Ten of Swords here. Yeah, so from the Nine of Swords to the Ten of Swords, somebody feels like their biggest fear is coming true. When it comes to you, Capricorn, maybe they feel like they're losing you. They're feeling like just they're feeling like you're just not choosing them, right? Like they feel like it's a definite over, but they don't realize that this is just a cycle that you're having to go through. And it's like I can't repeat that enough, but somebody feels like it's over. Sorry, somebody feels like it's just completely over. But that might not necessarily be the case here. We have the Hangman. Yeah, it's not over. It's in limbo. It's on pause. Okay? And that this pause, right, that you may be experiencing in this relationship is probably what even triggered this other person to feel like something is very, very wrong. I don't think that you haven't been honest with this person, Capricorn. I do feel like you have been very honest with this person. You've been letting them know, like, I'm dealing with something, or, I'm not going to be able to invest as much as before, because of whatever reasons why, like I just explained. However, it doesn't mean that they won't take that any less harsh. Okay, because from their experience, they feel like things were going good until it wasn't. Okay. And they understand, right? They understand that it's your priorities. You got stuff to take care of. You got stuff to handle. They get it. It's just a fear of how long is that going to take, Capricorn? Is Capricorn going to forget about me during this? You know what I mean? Maybe even a fear of how can I show up for Capricorn without smothering Capricorn? So under the deck now we have the Six of Swords. Yeah. So we have the Six of Swords here under the deck. I get this feeling here where, Capricorn, there is like this peace of mind, honestly, that you're trying to obtain. Okay? You are trying to obtain peace of mind. You are trying to maybe gather your bearings. Okay? And I don't think that it's necessarily attached to this person. I feel like it's just in everything that you have going on, that you're, working on within yourself and within your family, and, just the chaos that's around you right now, Capricorn. I think what you're wanting right now is just peace of mind. What you're wanting is just calmness. Okay? And so you're creating that here with this Hangman energy. Okay? Even the sun is on a cycle, right? Even day turns to night, back to day again. You understand what I mean? So somebody's just going to have to be very patient with you, Capricorn. I'm going to go ahead and pull some messages from our Spirit, some twin flame messages from Spirit here, just to get some energy on some spoken words out here between you and this other person. What is someone saying? Or what is someone not saying? Okay, these cards just shot out. So let's see. I've thought about you a lot. I've thought about you a lot lately. Your intensity frightens me and allures me all at the same time. And then I wish I could take back the things I said. Yeah. So somebody's definitely thinking about you. Somebody does not want to forget about you, Capricorn. Someone feels as though the things that you're going through right now, like it's really intense. But it endears you to them all the more. Okay? They're drawn to you all the more. Your unique personality, Capricorn, they're drawn to that, all right? They do wish that they could take back some of the things they said. Maybe in their fit of not understanding what was needing to happen, they said words that they regret. Words that probably affect you right now, but you couldn't even focus on it because you have to deal with all this other mess, right? But they still wish they could take back some of the things that they said here, Capricorn, all right? I feel like, there's no reason. I don't think that this sun card is a very positive energy here for me. So I really get this feeling that, all is not lost here. There definitely needs to be some sort of understanding type of talk, but when the time is right. Okay. But as of this moment right now, the answer is no. Okay. But it doesn't have to stay that way. So I'm going to go ahead and leave this message where it is. Capricorn, thank you so much for your time. Please hit the like, share, subscribe button, all of that goodness. And I will see y'all in the next message, okay? Bye.